Welcome to Common Pitfalls. Today we're going to talk about grooming and how oftentimes new instructors don't take their grooming seriously and don't realize how much of an impact it has on the client. So, first off, you want to make sure that your clothes, if you're wearing a uniform, that you are actually wearing the uniform. And if you're not, or if you are, that your clothes are clean, that they don't have holes or stains on them, that they are put together in a nice way that doesn't look kind of like you just woke up out of bed. They're not wrinkled. They're not kind of, just slumped on you and hanging all over the place. That if it needs to be tucked in, it's tucked in, just so it has a clean, orderly look to it. Also, you want to make sure that the smells are appropriate. So this comes in a lot of different ways, that you have proper breath. We are in very close proximity to our clients, so you want to make sure that your breath is fresh. And so this might mean that you don't choose to partake in onions and garlic, at lunchtime when you know you're coming back to clients, which, just save it for dinner. It's good food for you, but maybe not right at that point. If you do choose to partake, make sure you've got some really good mouthwash, or you bring your toothbrush or something with you that is going to really effectively get rid of that smell. We don't want it to come back after the sugary breath mint wears off after about 5 minutes, because that can be a real problem. Second, we want to make sure that we don't have any offending perfumes. So this can be coming into a lot of different aspects. So first off is just general actual perfume. I don't recommend instructors wear perfume. A lot of times the smells can be overpowering for clients that aren't used to it. And if there's lots of instructors and lots of clients, it can get very overwhelming very, very quickly. If people have any sensitivities to that or even allergies, it can be to the place where they have to say, I can't work with this instructor, or I can't come at this time during the day. And we've had that happen quite often. So this also comes up into play with things like body lotions, body sprays, things like shampoos and conditioners. You might not think of it, but your clothing, your fabric softeners and detergents, all sorts of things can make a huge impact on the chemical toxic load that you're bringing to the client. And if they're not used to that, and if they have any sensitivities, it can be really a negative thing for them. And a lot of times they're embarrassed to mention it. It's kind of an awkward thing. By the way, you smell, good, but too much. Also, we want to make sure that we are smelling good, but not too much, and then we also want to make sure we're not smelling bad. So there's the issue of body odor, which is not one that I have ever had a client want to bring up to the instructor directly, but it can be an issue. We all like to focus on more natural living and doing healthy choices. As you go along the Pilates path, you're going to be more and more encouraged to live more naturally and simply. And as you go down that path, one of the things that I was convicted on was deodorant. It came up for me when I started breastfeeding, and I started learning about all the aluminum and toxic chemicals that are in the deodorant and antiperspirants. Well, I tried lots of different natural products out there, but they're all very inconsistent in my opinion. You may have one that you love, and that's awesome. But if you don't, I have a quick and dirty recipe for one that I have never had a problem with. It is strong and yet so natural and actually detoxifying. Now, it is not an antiperspirant, so it's not going to stop you from from actually having moisture in your arms, but it is going to stop the smell. So all you do is you take coconut oil and mix a little baking soda into it. So if you have a margarine-sized container of coconut oil, you might want like a teaspoon to a tablespoon of baking soda. The more baking soda, the more it might be abrasive on your armpits, so just put a bit larger ratio of coconut oil. And the coconut oil is extremely moisturizing and pleasant. If you want to add some essential oils for smell, you can do that, but completely not necessary. So that's a quick and dirty. With the smells, you want to watch out for your breath, for any perfumes, and for body odor. Also, with your clothing and your hair, make sure that they are well groomed and well kept. Make sure your hair is brushed and it doesn't look crazy and disheveled. It is not appropriate to be wearing baseball caps in the Pilates studio, and especially not sunglasses or things that might fall off your head while you're upside down or doing equipment work. Just not appropriate. Watch your fingernails and toenails. Make sure they're clean. They don't need to be painted all the time, but they do need to be clean, no dirt under them. And it's weird because we're barefoot. People notice that stuff a lot more than they ever would, in a normal job. So be aware of that and take care of those little tootsies, learn how to give yourself a pedicure and such like that so that you can keep them nice and well groomed. That is going to go a long way towards making sure that you have a professional appearance and that clients feel comfortable around you.